Okay, you heard it here at Zen Productions. A lot of people started to do that after, but you know, Zim being who he is, being a trailblazer, we did, we went beyond the mixtape, and that's also a mixtape in the movie. What I like about this one is is that first of all the design of it and just capturing Zim and what he does best is you know, that audio, just having that ear and that eye to really capture you know, what is going on in the project. And you know, he has all the artists and everything on the back, and he tells you a little bit of some of the things that you will find in this particular video. But most importantly, what I really like about it, and hopefully that is in here, and you can see some of that too, and he designed all of that, and you know, put it all together even before you know, when we had to do it pen by hand on CDs. And we had to go around finding the paper. It was nothing that we would stop at on getting these projects done. But what I really like about this project, that when Zim designed this, we had to actually have these personally made because a lot of people weren't really doing this in the city. And he had to go step by step to actually have a bureau, which is a copy house, to actually do it the way we really wanted to do it. And as you can see, it's a booklet that, you know, explains everything about us from the beginning to the end. And it showcases artists. And it tells you the essence, you know, the thought process that went into each song. So that's what I really, really like about this one. And that was also something that a lot of people weren't doing at the time. So we always try to do, always make sure we have that little surprise for our listeners, because we really want them to go on that journey with us and have that Zen production experience. So that's one of the things I really like about this one.
And that's also a movie and
Yes,
CD.
yes, and this is also a movie and CD project. One
Which
of our
one was
biggest projects.
first? Quarantine or that?
Actually, this one was first.
So say that this was our first.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. This was our first movie. I'm sorry, movie and CD project. Okay, so I'm talking even way back before the quarantine. Actually, yes, this one was first and this one was second. In that series.
Okay. Um. Okay. What is the future direction of Zen Productions?
Oh, the future direction of Zen Productions. To me, and I know Zim shares this with me, that the sky's the limit. Matter of fact, even above that, with so much technology, it's really funny because when we both started out in this a long time ago, you know, the technology and things like that weren't even at our disposal yet. And I'm talking two people that just went on a sheer will of, you know, we want to put those projects out there. You know, we want people to enjoy these video and audio images. And, you know, the way we did when we were growing up. You know, we had great programming, you know, and we wanted people to experience that as well. So when things weren't available, but our imaginations was running too fast, it was really hard, but we used what we had, okay? So to be able to watch this technology finally to catch up, that we're like two kids in a candy store. When I say that we are like that, just to have that trip to Universal Studios out in California, we went crazy. I'm telling you, it was the most wonderful experience being a person behind the scenes to see you know, the warehouse filled with props, and you're just like, oh my God, you know, the Beverly Hills Cop sign from the movie, that I could just throw that up there and, you know, act like I'm in Beverly Hills or give you a different background. To be able to do that and to be able to have the stage rooms where I'm walking on wood floors to get to capture that sound, or you know, I'm capturing all the sounds that I may need for my pictures and different things like that. They actually have things for us to do that. The different cameras that we're working on to look more and more like film each and every day, to be able to capture those images on the memory cards, that we don't have to worry about cutting and splicing and all those type of things anymore. So with all this technology and being able to pump your episodes or webisodes or your video on your own YouTube channel or whatever's going to come after YouTube, the Vimeo and different things like that, the sky is the limit for Zen Productions' future.
Okay, let's be more direct.
Okay.
Um, the like plans, like we plan to have our own social network. We
Okay.
plan to have our own internet record label, something like that.
Okay.
That may be something we might do.
Okay.
We also might be a have our own show, our own network on TV, stuff like
Okay,
that.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay. The future of Zen Productions, right now, having our programs on Zim TV. We have already started all our interviews, everything that we videotape. We try to put it up there on Zim TV. So we plan on having webisodes and different shows and really being able to showcase that. By me being a internet marketing master student at Full Sail, just planning on using what I'm learning from that to really catapult Zen Productions as a household name on the internet, and being able to showcase us all the time, being in the minds of people all the time, so we can transform that into, a TV show on TV and different things like that, and getting our music out there all the time on the radio, so people can listen to it. And
What do you think about independent artists versus industry artists?
I still think that independent artists is where it's at. I value, I value the creativity that an independent artist brings. They're not afraid to go against the grain because they really want to capture what's inside of them. I can't ask someone that has all these things bottled up inside of them to be like everybody else. Okay, if we want to be like everybody else, that's we know we've grown up already that way. That's what K to 12 schooling is for, to get you to be like everybody else, to think like an employee, to be able to go out there and work and fill out a resume and different things like that. That's what that is for. It has its time and place for it. But when you talk about somebody's creativity, can someone's creativity really be bottled up? And should it be a copycat format of that? So an independent artist, I give kudos to them to be able to, say, hey, that's fine. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to show you what's in me, what I'm thinking about, how I want to convey my music. And that's okay. All right? And yes, industry artists, they have their place. Okay? I find them to be, just going to do whatever. Whatever type of music that is the in thing, the it thing to do right now, they're going to do that because they're going to, they want to sell records. That's what it's all about. Okay? Even to the point where, are you really believing what you're putting out? I see you shaking at the music, but are you really feeling that music? I'm like, half the time, I'm asking myself and scratching my hair, where's the beat? Okay? Because I'm not even hearing it. And all the extra shaking that you're doing, really? Do you really feel that? Do you really feel the lyrics that you put together? Okay? So, it's a difference. It is a difference. Now, when you talking, when music is at its best, that when an industry artist is met with, you know, has the popularity and has the advantage of being a commercial artist as well, or receiving the commercial rewards of it, that's when music is at its best. That I can have like an Erica Badu, she expressing herself, but she can really reap the benefits and rewards of that. an Angie Stone or, NDRE or something like that, or, just different people like that. We had Maxwell, truly loving the music and different things like that. So when it gets a chance to marry together with being an independent artist and reaping the rewards of that, that's when you have music at its best. So, but overall, I would have to say independent artists because I just love them being themselves, and that's what it's all about.
Okay. Okay. What do you think about the internet media versus the industry media?
The internet media versus the industry media, it kind of reminds me of the independent artists and the industry artists. Kind of like the same thing. The internet media is really in a small business control. Whether our businesses happen to be in music and video, so we get to control the images and things that we want to put out. So it's control right at your fingertips. So I enjoy that. Before we were at the mercy of the industry media. Just like the ball players, they got to sit down and hear, where everybody talking about probably never even put a ball in their hand. So it's the same thing. This industry media that never picked up, never put their hands on a tool to make music. Okay, never really picked up a camera themselves. Sure, you're a talking head in front of the camera, but have you actually picked up anything to create anything? Okay, who can't read off of something and do the news or whatever like that and report on something? But did you actually feel it? Did you actually create it? So, even themselves don't even have the control on what they're talking about. Somebody already written it out for them. They might, get the chance to cross out certain things on what they say in the news. Oh, well, if I say it this way, it's too long-winded. If I say it this way, it might be short to the point. But it's still given to them. Okay, so there's no control with the industry media, but it allows all the control for anyone that wants to do it their way with the internet media. So I really like that component that we have available to us today.
Okay. Is there an artist or actor you wish to work with?
Oh, an artist that or actor that I like to work with. Oh boy. Well, I would say on the music end, I would love to just get a chance to sit down and, work with Premier because I've always been a fan. He just knew how to make my booty move. um, I remember plenty of times, and I still do it today, and my husband will tell you that I can zone out. I could take a leave of artist. If an artist is not really bringing it and make my ears stand up and listen, then I can just, tone them out. But when you're talking about music, Premier just had that. I can just tune his music all day long, just by my head, and it don't have to be a word said. Okay, so I would just love to really be able to capture him making a beat, talking about how he dig in the crates and get this something that just moved him. He was walking down the street, he heard two spoons, and he just just had to do it or whatever just makes him tick just to make that type of music. Oh, I would just love to just pick his brain and do that. Someone as being a artist themselves, because that's on the producer side, but being an artist themselves, this that animated character. I was glad that I got a chance to see Meth in action. I mean, just to see him just talking was just funny because he talks like he performs. It's just so animated. And so I got a chance to just being able to capture him and see him do that. But to have another animated character would be like